little token of music to the gift. Give you faith, gave you fear. Hey, I'm gonna give you this. Turn a blind eye to like the sergeant said, the Lord winked at our faith. Okay? Scripture says it. Alright? This is something that you know that how about you is proud of. Because think about it when he laid down his life, the vast majority, of his people chose a murder. They wanted to crucify the Lord while choosing, the murder. This is how you know that the Lord he ordained for 2/3 of his people to be cut off and die. It was a righteous choice. Okay? Because the whole thing is that, they chose the opposite of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Alright? Got something? Yeah, real quick.
This is Psalms 103, verse 13, verse 12. As far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us.
Yeah, man. The Lord is going to cause, all your sins to be washed away. All your iniquities to not even cleave unto you anymore. He's going to get you out of these foul bodies and put you into new bodies, which is subject to have what? The words of the Lord instilled in your heart and your mind, okay? Making you righteous forever, man. Okay? This is something that it's a far much exceeding greater reward that the Lord's about to bring. He's about to bring salvation, immortality, okay? New bodies, righteousness is about to be restored upon the earth. We're out here in a land which you eat defiled food. You have defiled customs around you. The air is defiled, the people are defiled, the waters are defiled. The essential things that you need for your everyday life, the wicked has defiled it, man. This is why we need Yahweh Shemi Shai, and we need correction to be put upon this earth.
Psalms 103 and 13. Like as a father pitieth his children, so the Lord pitieth them that fear him.
It's a great thing that the Lord showed his pity upon us. It's a great thing that, we are a part of that chosen seed line or called seed line to be in reception of the pity of the Lord. Okay? You got it, Sean. All right.
Isaiah 24 and 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Yeah, start from the top again.
Yeah.
Just backing up what you were just saying, bro.
Yeah, Isaiah 24 and 5, the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
This is why the earth is defiled. Like the Lord said, man. You broke the everlasting covenant. You wanted to serve other gods. You wanted a king that sat before you. Right? You wanted all the things that was not, choosing Yahweh Hashem Shai. Rather, you chose contrary to it. So this is why the earth is all out of course. This is why the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. And it's all for prophecy's sake. Okay? A little bit more?
I got another one. Yeah, this is Baruch 3 and 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
This is a curse that we had to go through, man.
Yeah, judgment.
A judgment that we had to go through. Be dispersed amongst all our enemies. Different lands, different nations. You're out here serving, people of different nations, man. You're in a land which neither you or your father have known.
You
got it, Shaw.
You got to think about it, man. The punishment is we're on the whole other side of the earth for generations of, if not poverty, just messed up families, toxic families. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the curses, man. It's a terrible situation. You know?
I'm going to back you up. This is Psalms 103, verse 14. For he knoweth our frame. He remembereth that we are dust.
You know, we're nothing but filthy rags, man. You know, luckily we were able to be given, the faith of the Lord, the fear of the Lord.
You take it for walks.
The mercy of Yahweh Shemawashai. Okay? Because what this world, which is you see, they feel a lot of people heads up with pride. You know, they walk proud, right? And they forget they're nothing but dust, man. You know? They think they're of a high stature. You know, they think it's a lot of gold that coming from them. The Lord's telling you, man, you're nothing but dust, man.
That's why, the Lord gave us the breath of life. We're the valley of the dry bones. So without his Holy Spirit, we're walking dead men, zombies. So there's no reason to be proud. We're just like the dust of the earth. Remember, we in the valley of the dead, the dry bones. So without the breath of life, without the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai, we are nothing. We stay dead in a dead, dry state.
You know? And this is something you don't want to be in, man. You don't want to be in a dead state when the Lord Yahweh Shai is bringing life. You know? You don't want to have to learn death by pain when everybody that is saved, in the first go round have been picked up by way of chariots and taken into the kingdom, and you're born in the kingdom, man. You know, like the elders always say, you don't want to come back as a nutsack Israelite, man.
Yo, bro. Jake gonna come back as a nutsack Israelite, all in the name of being a real nigga.
Man,
that's it. That's it.
Hey, look, and it tells you that, that you shall be called a proverb and a byword here, man. You know? This is why you think that you're a nigga. This is why you think that you're black. Just go to a void of light, man.
That's right.
You know? The light of Yahweh Shai shines not upon you niggas. Or you so-called wannabe blacks, man. You know? You got it, Sharp.
God, this is 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
It had a few points in there. If we just read that again, Bible a little bit slow.
Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved.
Right there. If you see all the things that are around you, they're building up. The Lord's about to soon tear down this place. Through thermonuclear fire, fervent heat. Okay? If you know and see that all these things that surround you are about to be dissolved, what manner of person shall you be in? Shall you not move with fear? This is a daily question you should ask yourself. These things around me are about to be dissolved. What should I do?
1 Samuel 2, verse 7. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up.
The Lord Yahweh Shai is he that, gives life and death, blessings, curses, poverty or riches. Okay? He could bring you up. He could set you into place. He could take you down, man. He could give you his truth. He could take it away. So what are you going to do with the reward that the Lord's given us?
1 Samuel 2:8. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he hath set a world upon them. He will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength shall no man prevail.
The Lord's about to have a great transition upon earth. Okay? You rich, you so-called leaders of this world, your judgment is soon to come. You're about to go into captivity under the Lord's people. All right? We wake up daily to serve you and you other nations. Well, your judgment's about to come, man. You're about to beat your swords into plowshares, okay? And pruning hooks. Okay, you about to be out in the fields, man. All right, and you that are poor amongst this world, you so-called, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are the Israelites, which then goes into the chosen people of Yahweh Shem Shai, the chosen nation of Yahweh Shem Shai. He's going to raise you up to be kings and rulers of this world. You know?
Matthew 5 here? Yeah, do you read Matthew 5 here? All right. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5. And I'll start at... it's a lot. I'll start at 3. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Right there. It says, blessed are the poor, okay? Because their blessing is the kingdom of heaven. You know? How much more is that not a greater reward than anything that's on this earth? You know, not no house, not no cars, you know, not no crown with moth and rust doth corrupt, can far exceed receiving the kingdom of heaven. You know, it was a picture that came out. You know, the brother had a dream. You know that. You know, he saw Yahweh Shai placing crowns upon those men that stood so stiffly for the namesake of Yahweh Shai, and it seemed, and it was shown that each crown fitted, each brother's head perfectly. You know, on this side here, when they do crowning, they have to size your head up to make sure it fit. You know, it takes a couple weeks to get it, if not months or a year, right? But on that day in that crowning ceremony, it's going to be a very beautiful sight to see, man. You know, and Lord's willing, we're part of that. Okay? Yeah, more on that, Sean?
Yeah. Verse 5, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
Okay? You're humble on this side. Okay? You're growing your talents that the Lord's given it to you. He gave you a shekel, you bought back 10. The Lord's willing, He make you rule over 10 cities, like the scripture said. You know, you doubled your shekels, or He make you over 5 cities, man. Right?
I'll say real quick, man. You know, the scriptures say that in Romans, man, joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. He's gonna inherit everything. What do you think you'll get? You know, you're a joint heir, man. You don't have, because you was going into how, why would you want to partake in this on this side and any type of riches if it's going to corrupt? Even Peter said it. All of these things shall be dissolved, right? And in the kingdom, everything will be kind of, which is renewed. You know, the scriptures say new heavens and new earth. That's a refreshed earth, refreshed heavens, refreshed earth, brand new.
And that's the spirit, bro. The things within you're going through right now, being in this defiled land, you know, having to partake in these defiled things, right? When righteousness is restored, and the land is back cleansed, and everything around you is back perfect, you know, it's going to be a far more exceeding, replenishing feeling, you know? Like, you have to think about it. You don't even know what real air tastes like. You know, just imagine how the properties of just breathing in, the air of the kingdom of heaven.
It's gonna smell like this.
You know, we're not gonna smell nicotine and THC, the drugs, the alcoholism, the filthiness. You're not gonna smell these things. All right, you're gonna have a far more exceeding, life when you don't have to get up and work. You know, we're able to rest. So that's what the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai is going to bring for His people and for His people. Got it, Sean.
2 Timothy 4, verse 7. I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth, there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love His appearing. Do thy diligence to come shortly unto me. See, so Remember, Timothy is an understudy of Paul. So we're seeing an example of our fathers by which we are to walk, to remain steadfast, to remain diligent, laser focused on our ground, not an incorruptible crown by falling prey to the ways of this world, but seeking to righteousness, walking in the spirit of faith and truth. So that takes a spiritual change and a spiritual baptism by the word to be renewed in our mind. 2 Timothy 4, verse 8.
Hey, y'all switch, and now mind you grab that book. Water. 2 Timothy 4 and 8. That was real good. We'll lead off from there. You got it? All right, go ahead.
This is 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 8.
Yeah.
And now the
Good.
2 Timothy 4 and 8, it says, henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness,
Right.
which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day.
Yeah, a crown of righteousness, meaning what? You actually completed the task at hand. You did exactly what you were told to do. Remember, not everybody is ordained to be a prophet. Just because you can open the Bible and create a YouTube channel doesn't mean you're meant to be a teacher. You can walk up in that school, but no, you don't have the job of a teacher, right? So certain individuals are ordained and they're going to finish their lot, right? And at the very end, there's a crown laid up. And there's going to be an actual coronation ceremony when you read 2nd Ezra, the 2nd chapter as well.
It says, and not to me only, but unto all them also that love his appearing.
Yeah, all of them also, meaning what? The rest of that small remnant. It's not a lot. Who really loves the Lord? It ain't a lot of people out here doing the Lord's will. And people make excuses. They make excuses to not do his will. Oh, I gotta, buy this plot of land. I gotta work, I gotta get this job. I gotta do that. My woman here, money that. No. If you love the Lord, you're gonna continue doing his will no matter what. The ministry is gonna be at the center, the nucleus of your life. And that's how it should be. Nothing else should be more important than doing what the Lord ordained you to do. Remember, this is your real job. This is your real job, not your 9 to 5 that Esau has you working. Yeah, you got to have a job in order to sustain yourself, but what the Lord told you to do, which is to teach his word, that's your profession. So you put that first. Finish it out, Bubba Kushan.
That was it for that verse.
Time. Jump to Revelation 19 for me. I want to come over here because one of the things that an ordained prophet is going to be doing is talking about prophecy. You see, we're not doing our job right if we're not talking about things that are going to come to pass. And with that being said, we all know that this chip is coming very, very soon. It's going to be mandated on a large scale very soon. In a sec. But before that actually happens, there will be some form of deception. And you have to keep that in mind. And I'm going to bring out an example of something that just happened a few days ago. But us saying deception is not coming out of our own mouths. It's in the scriptures. Some people are going to take that chip willingly. Others are going to be deceived. Read that for me out. 19 and 20.
20. This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him.
Right, you got the beast system. Remember, the beast in the scriptures is referring to a conglomerate, a power system that rules the world right now, which is what? NATO and the EU. And of course you have America, that whore that rides on top of the beast. Right? Keep going.
With which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast.
Oh, I must have missed it. It already said,
This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 20. And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet.
There it is.
That wrought miracles before him.
And of course that false prophet is referring to the Catholic Church. And it says that wrought miracles before him. Go ahead.
With which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast.
Yeah, deceived them that received the mark of the beast. You see, this is a very, very important prophecy. And like the Apostle Tahar, Apostle Ariamlad was saying, you can't just wing these scriptures. You can't do it. There is no remaking it, remixing and creating your own lyrics.
The song is already done. All you gotta do is learn the lyrics of the song. Y'all supposed to be hearing the tune and bouncing right. Y'all off beat, your head nodding at the wrong times. You know, looking like Esau. You know, nigga ain't got no moves and y'all matching him. No. It says certain people are going to be deceived by what? By Esau, Edom, that wrought miracles. And some of those miracles nowadays are, you take this chip and guess what? You can't walk, now you can. You take this chip, you couldn't see, guess what? Now you can. You take this chip, you couldn't move, now you can actually move a computer mouse. You can play games. You can listen to music. Now what's going on, and it's just a so-called theory right now, but you had Kim Kardashian, right? You know, of course, the Kardashians, they have their own reality TV show. So now, Kim Kardashian, on the show, she had her brain scan. She had her brain scan, and it came out to show, you saw it, that she has, quote-unquote, holes in her brain due to stress. Now, everybody knows that she has some kind of, like, she's in communication with Elon Musk. And she's been shown to dibble and dabble with some of his products, some of his technology. On top of that, she's widely known for having endorsed different medical products that aren't really FDA approved, so-called wellness products. So people online started to put the piece of the puzzle together, and they're like, hold on, randomly on your TV show, you get this scan and you got holes in your brain. Oh, mind you, she's talking about how she wants to pass the bar exam now. So your dumb ass is going to pass the bar. We're going to see about that. But how great would it be? She gets the chip. She passes the bar exam somehow, and then there's no more holes in her brain. So people were putting the puzzle together, and they like, all right, she about to start endorsing this chip. It's marketing. And that's exactly what it is. Like the brother said, it's marketing. Her dumb ass about the bar? Hell no. It's not happening. That takes a special kind of mind. You know what I'm saying? You got to be super into your books. She ain't got the time for that. But you already know Esau's about to push it. And a lot of people are going to be deceived when your favorite influencers, your favorite actors and actresses, your favorite athletes, watch. LeBron, if LeBron got the chip, why not? Maybe I can dunk like LeBron.
That's King James.
Dumbass niggas, right? Gonna take your shit. I can dunk too. Give me the chip. You know, he got it, and you gonna go to the league now that you got a chip in your head. All of a sudden.
A movie on Netflix called Bionicus. So you use a bionic leg, and now in the high jump competition, they're allowed to jump a lot further right there too. So it's just like you talked about earlier, desensitization. You know, when you see it so normally, now the public is thinking like, okay, well, we can all do it too. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, grab 2 Corinthians 2:11 for me, Boba Bashar. Matter of fact, read that in the NLT.
This is 2 Corinthians 2:11 in NLT. It says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes.
Yeah, so that Satan will not outsmart us. And guess what? We got the Holy Spirit on us, and we understand what Esau is going to do. Don't be surprised, like I said. Now, Kim K is not promoting the chip. Let's not get it confused.
Yeah, her, but she's been diagnosed.
Yeah,
with low brain activity.
Right.
So we can't expect that from her.
You can't. But it's so obvious because what they're doing is now they have the internet talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh, is Kim K gonna promote it? That right there is promotion in itself.
Right.
But these people will be endorsed one day. It's going to be your favorite individuals, your favorite entertainers, even your favorite like TikTok and IG influencers. Don't be surprised.
The new celebrities.
Yeah, like they're not huge $1 million, some are, celebrities out here, but they got like 500,000 followers. People really are watching their videos. Watch. They gonna pop out with, exactly. They gonna pop out with it. And a lot of people are gonna be deceived, but the scriptures just said, we are familiar with his devices. We're familiar with his evil schemes, his plans, his plots, right? And that's exactly what a prophet will be doing. Going to be speaking about these things, and you have to know precisely what the prophecies are talking about so that you're able to line these things up. See, we're not able to pinpoint these things if we don't know that the chip is the mark. If that's the case, if you don't know, Now all of these things fly over your head. It comes out, somebody's promoting it, and you're like, oh, I mean, it's just the newest technology. You know, you're just thinking like, oh, it's nothing right now. Nah, we gotta point these things out because that's what a watchman does. You see the smallest things, and you're like, all right, let me pinpoint, you know, this area. I saw the trees move. You know, what's going on? Read that, bro.
This is Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished.
Come on, Bubba Kushal, one more time.
Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself.
A prudent man, a wise individual. You're going to see the evil. Like we talked about last week. If you believe in the Most High, you know He's returning, and He gave you certain signs, you should be acting different. You should be acting different. Your mindset should be different. Your desires, ambitions, all these things, it should literally be a full change that happens inside of you. That's what it means to be, what is the word? Submerged. What am I thinking of? The scriptures say though.
I know.
Baptized.
Oh,
there we go. That's what the word baptized means. It means to be submerged. You, like when you jump in the water, boom, you jump. You're fully submerged. You're baptized. You're in it, right? You should be in it. And so a wise man is going to be in it. He's going to be looking and watching for these prophecies. It's not playtime. Playtime been over. It been over the second you found out that you was an Israelite. The second you found out the true names, all right, it's done. Now I know what life is about right now. I don't got time no more. I was a child before, but I just grew up. I grew up overnight. Hey, to this day, I remember telling Shema, she told me about it. When I came out, it was 2016. I said it was June 20-something, 2016. I came outside, something like that, first day. It was hot as hell. And I'm like, yo, we standing out here for like 6 hours. I'm like, these boys is crazy. I can't do this. I went home, bro. I sat there, felt like I had 2-a-days. I'm like, this is how it feels, bro. I just had, and I'm like, yo, it's 6 hours. Shamash called me. He's like, how was it? I'm like, how was it? I'm like, what you think? But I'll never forget. I told him, I said, it feels like I really just became a man. That's what it felt like. I did something that I know was the right step forward in my life. And that's how it should feel. That's how it should feel as a prophet or just as somebody that came across his truth. You stepped on up into the big boy leagues now. It's not the AAU no more. It's not college. You with the pros now.
I had that same feeling, bro. When I stepped off that top step of the metro, I was like, that Columbia Heights air hit me. I was like, oh shit, this is where it begins.
Yeah.
You know, I felt that manhood, that testosterone rose up. You know.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, this is 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Yeah, okay. You read the Bible and you're like, yo, this is very poetic. Okay. You know, that's good. Oh, man, there's some really good life lessons. Hey, you're right. It still is. Then you come into this thing and you're like, oh, okay. Ezekiel warned us there's going to be, you know, woes and sorrows and there's some good, there's bad. You get chastised. Damn. All right, well, now it's time to step up and realize the Lord is treating me like a son. Before you had some understanding, now you really diving deep into it. The world told you before, oh, the mark of the beast is a concept of great, you know, misunderstanding. You know, something like that in the Blue Letter Bible. Nah. Maybe to y'all it is. Maybe y'all don't get it. But the breakdown is here. All the breakdowns are here. Everything is there. It takes you now to be studious. Like the apostles say, you got to be scholarly. You got to get into it. Show yourself approved. If you really want to level up and you want to come up and abound, like Paul said to the Israelites in Corinth, what you got to do, you got to study. You got to put in that work so you're not come out here, you're not looking like a dumbass, and you know what to say. You know how to properly warn the people. Because any job position you got to be prepared for. You got to be trained for. That's the word. Even as a watchman, you're not just going up there and, you know, they're just throwing you up there like, all right, bro, it's your turn. Like, whoa, I've never done this before. Nah, you know, you get up there, And they're like, look, this is what you do. You walk this way certain miles, you walk that way certain miles, turn your head back just to check again. You know, you're learning. You're learning, you're figuring things out, and you know exactly what to do. You're a math teacher for a class, you learn geometry, now you're teaching the class. You're not just up there winging it. No, you know exactly. Did Matthew 5 for me. 5 and 13. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Titus 1:9. Holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. Titus 1:9. Holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers.
Yeah, so we've been taught what? We've been taught sound doctrine.
No.
And the word sound goes into being whole. It's perfect. It's done. It's complete. That's what it is. So we've been rooted in sound doctrine, and it says hold fast to that sound doctrine. And that's the whole point, right? And that's exactly why we have this shield of faith that we can put up, because we're rooted in what we've been taught. So now you have other doctrines coming at you, and you got that shield up like, nah, bro, you're not penetrating my mind. I know exactly what I've been taught. I know exactly what is true, right? So we're rooted in sound doctrine, and we hold fast to that because that's the doctrine that's going to lead us to salvation. And now you have all these different camps out here. I mean, my God, in these end days, there's people I don't even know of. It's too much. I'm like, I watched the Apostles video. I'm like, what is this new group that they now have to correct?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That they found, you know?
Yeah.
Because they see everything. You know, the apostles see everything.
That's
Which
right.
they should, you know? They're supposed to watch over the flock. You can't see everything coming, and you're not warned of the impending danger. You don't deserve to be a leader. That's why we're set up, you know, and we've been sent out, and now we're doing what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know, like you were saying, if you're a watchman, some watchmen, you don't know what you're watching for the wrong things.
Right.
You know, you're watching for like a lot of these Israelites, they do responses to things that celebrities are doing in the media. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect example.
Then it got nothing to do with prophecy.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't been taught right, bro.
Right.
You know, you're not watching like the elder just said it was perfect. You're watching for the wrong things. You're supposed to be watching for the enemy coming in. You like, oh, look at these deers. Right. Oh, bro, come on. You know, stay focused, bro. You looking at the deers, the enemy over there like this dumbass. You know, he all out in the open. Like, well, he didn't shoot me yet.
Right, or a freaking woman. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
woman
man.
walking.
Exactly. Bubba, Bashar, read that for me.
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets.
Right.
I am come not to destroy, but to fulfill.
Yeah, so how do you have these pastors and Christians talking about, well, there's nothing left in the Old Testament, it's done away with? I don't understand. Yahweh Shai even said it, look, I have not come to destroy the prophets. Then he said, but to fulfill. Meaning there were certain things that he himself had to do in order for prophecy to come to pass. That's still today. If you had prophecies in the Old Testament about the kingdom of heaven, how can you say the Old Testament is done away with? Is the kingdom of heaven here? Is there something we don't know? Is America the kingdom of heaven, goddammit?
Oh, it's about to be according to IUIC with the land blitz.
Right.
You know, with the land blitz, they think that's about to be the kingdom. That's where they can have their feasts. You know, that's where they can worship Serapis Christus freely.
Right.
You know?
And that's a damn shame.
Because they don't worship the God of the Bible.
They don't even say it. They don't claim it. They do. Keep going up.
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass,
right,
one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled.
Yeah, that's right. So everything is going to be fulfilled. In the law, the prophets. Guess what? In the Apocrypha, some of you non-believers out there, you still got prophecies in there that haven't come to pass yet. Second Ezra 15, it ain't here. Yeah, maybe parts of it. But even in Second Ezra, it talks about the missiles too. What do you think those arrows are flying across the ends of the world?
Name one arrow that can do that.
Right. Name one arrow. Well, that's the Apocrypha. All right, bro, we're going to see.
Oh, Job, the steel bow.
That's right.
The steel bow in Job. You know?
That ain't here.
Now, who's gonna shoot that across the end of the earth?
Yeah.
Or just a steel bow in general? You know how unprofitable that'll be in war unless you were a giant.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Go 10 feet. Try.
Right.
Yeah, you done.
Yeah, 7-foot arrow. You know?
Right.
Oh, man.
Read verse 19, Baba Kusha.
I got that goofy song in my head now. I just said it.
Right.
Verse 18. Verse 19, I'm sorry. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, and that's what we're striving to be, right? Like even in sports, you got, you know, you get to a certain level, everybody's kind of good, everybody knows a little something. Like right now, you got all these so-called teachers out here, all these different camps, everybody knows a little something, but then there's levels to it. You get to the professional league, and let's just say the NFL. Well, you got there, so you good, but then it's a different tier now. You might just be average in the league. So you got good, you got average, and you got great. We're striving to be great. And that's why the Lord said, certain individuals are going to have that crown. Certain individuals teaching the right thing are going to be called the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Now you got other individuals that don't have the fear of the Lord. And they playing with his word. They playing with it like it's some kind of game. Like Esau's not putting troops in every single state over here. Like he's not coming out with new information every single week, literally, about this chip. I mean, it's getting to the point where I myself am getting tired of it. I'm like, God damn.
You're about to get that list.
Oh,
You can just jump, read the first question and just jump to the second question.
Con.
Then we'll just
Says,
read the list.
Below is a clear, itemized, gradualist progression showing how a Chaldean-style technocratic system could evolve from basic ID systems into full biometric control of buying and selling. This follows the logic of incrementalism, normalization, and technocratic centralization. First phase 1, unify all records, tax, census, trade, standardized digital IDs for citizens, workers, and merchants. Phase 2, integration.
Now, reading this list, because I want to do a video, I'm going to still do it, called Where Are We At in Prophecy, Path to the MOTB. You know, so as you hear these things, you think to yourself, okay, where are we? We might not necessarily be at one number by itself. We might be at a couple different numbers, playing all in at once, you know? You keep on going.
Phase 2, integration. Linking identity to daily life. Require digital IDs for entering markets, temples, and administrative buildings.
Yep, public services.
Yep. Phase 3, enhancement. Adding biometric layers to the ID. Optimizing biometric enrollment. Face, palm, iris for convenience. Biometric lanes at markets, temples, and ration stores. Phase 4, dependency. Biometrics become necessary. Digital ID alone is phased out as insecure and forgeable. Biometric entry gates appear at all major markets and distribution centers.
Right, and we already see it in public transportation, you know, in domestic travels, international travel. All right, we've seen the stress tests already go out. Go ahead, and it's worked. It wasn't that stressful to them, you know. Nothing really needs to be tweaked in their eyes. If anything, they just keep it going. Let's test these rats again, because that's how the super elites look at everybody on Earth, as rats in a cage. You know, I was watching a video that's circulating amongst Israel and brothers. I don't know if it's in our chat already, but basically how all these companies, D. Rockefeller is the put the template out of how all these companies in the world works and to keep people trapped. And it shows his progression of how he had 50% oil, 70%, 80%, 91% to then just crushing it. So then J.P. Morgan, all these other businesses, they looked at that and said, that's what we need to do. So that's how the world is ran now. By modern day Chaldeans, people that rule in secrecy. There's a picture shows what's supposed to be 8 billion people on Earth against the 13 families. That's basically what's going on. But these 13 families, which Rockefeller is a part of them, have subdued the whole earth. So we know who Job 9 and 24 is talking about. All right? You can't hide yourself. And some of your offspring happens to occupy the land of Israel right now, which you don't even care about them. That's the funny thing. As proud as they are, your ass is going to get caught in these prophecies. Keep going in that list, bro. Jump down to the gradualism question and just read those numbers. Just read the numbers.
Con, this is
Because those are different phases and it gives you details. And I'll share the conversation with Akim. But then I was like, ask the question that I asked after that, you know?
Con. This is it, Elder. This is the gradualism right here.
Yeah, ask the question and just read below it.
Okay. So phase 5, it says, make an itemized list of how this could gradually take place through gradualism. We're at phase 5, normalization. Society fully adapts. Children are enrolled at birth for future compatibility.
Oh, Kenya. Is it Kenya that's doing it?
They're doing it.
Yeah, Kenya's doing it. So shoot, hey, the mark, like I think the El Pastor Hard did a video on it, or said Kenya, the mark of the beast might start in Kenya, something like that. Which, also Trump just signed the thing to go over to Congo, start extracting those resources. You know, so they might implement it. During that, who knows? Some form of it, you know, because that's how a lot of businesses are run, especially Amazon. No matter where you move in there, you got to have your ID on you. To go through certain doors, you gotta have clearance. They gotta, so they can track your retina, what you look like, your height. It's not like some doppelganger is at work. You know what I'm saying? You have to be who you are. Yep. That's why these rats in the cages that you see in the labs, what do they all have on them? Just like some of the animals in the wild, a tag, a number, so you can be identified. Go ahead, bro.
Phase 5. Everyday purchases are automatically logged using biometrics. Mm-hmm. Rations and wages are released only after biometric verification. Merchants and buyers cannot interact without being scanned. Mm. Social expectation forms. If you're not biometrically registered, you do not exist. Phase 6. Enforcement. Control mechanisms are activated.
There's a second portion towards the end in that chat. Yeah, in the chat, where it should just be listed like 35 numbers. Oh, yeah, okay, you read one. Oh, it's phases before. Oh,
it's broken down in phases.
Okay. Go ahead with your bad self, chat. Chat GPT, just like YouTube and the internet, was created for the elect. All right. All it is Esau putting his spirit in what he deems to deify himself. But we're showing you that you are no God by using what you think is a God. Maybe he's on a long journey. Maybe he's asleep, like the scripture says, you know? Why don't chat stop saying what it's saying? Well, a lot of chat, they tweaked it because Israel, they like to dig tunnels to traffic humans. Well, hey, fuck it. You already know how I'm going. Because I know the brothers thing is up here. They bought a large portion of it. So now it's not going to tell you who Edom is even more. You can try and ask her all these questions, but you better have the pro version or your ass is going to run out of questions. Yeah. You know, which I'm not paying for it. All right? You get just enough when you ask a few questions. What number are you at?
Item number 26.
Okay, we almost at the end.
Under phase 6, enforcement. Control mechanisms are activated.
Yeah.
Non-compliant individuals lose access to markets until they register under biometrics.
Woo, and that's just like it is with any business. If you're not compliant, you don't get funding. You don't get money. You don't want to follow the protocols? Okay, figure it out on your own and see how your business or the entity that you are exists.
Right.
All right.
First, item number 27, behavioral or legal violations trigger biometric account restrictions. Travel checkpoints require biometric validation passes. All financial activity becomes traceable through the biometric system. A universal biometric ledger under the priest technocrats monitor compliance.
priest technocrats. Chaldean, remember, Chaldean, like.
That's it.
Because Esau, Babylon's moving with its sorcery, you know? But I wanted to bring that list out because, hey, we were going to go into prophecy. The brother said Revelation 19 and 20, you know? That's it. Well, we could jump in and out of that list for weeks.
Right.
Go ahead, Saquon.
We already know about the so-called civil rights acts. It talks about discrimination. So what are they going to do about laws like that that says you cannot discriminate against someone based on their beliefs?
Right.
So that also means that what? We got to scrap all those laws. We got to throw it in the dumpster. We have to enforce national law.
Mm-hmm. It's the sound of the beast. Hey, we're going into the beast.
Yeah, we might as well get it. Revelation 13.
There's a scriptural component in there, buying and selling in phase 7.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
This is phase 7, item number 32.
35.
Buying, selling, working, traveling, and receiving rations all require scanning. Item 33. A person's ability to participate in society is governed entirely by biometric authorization.
That's how they control you. That's the mark.
That's it.
It's none other than the mark. So IUIC, they pussyfoot. Remember he said everything's getting digital? And then Nate was talking about a coin in Rome. Hey, well, do a 3-hour lesson on the coin. And how it relates to today. He would be forced to spew out that, hey, okay, it's the mark of the beast. That's why behind closed doors, who knows what they're teaching? They could say, oh, well, we've always been teaching this.
Yeah.
But then what about all these videos that you came out against it? You know? You'd have to scrap. They'd have to do the dirty work and go scrap all of those videos. Worldwide. Because they flying all over the world.
Yeah.
All over the world with the wickedness. Yeah, world wickedness. Headed up by IUIC. You're not on camera. Go ahead, bro.
There was one major item left. It's item 35, which is the last item.
Yeah,
It says the biometric system becomes a totalized economic, religious, political mechanism. Going back to Rome. See, that's heavy. Goes right back to Rome. The revised Roman Empire, the beast system. I'm going to read it again. Item number 35. The biometric system becomes a totalized economic, religious, political mechanism.
Yeah, basically at the end all be all, it's just letting us know that this man is going to create a system to where he's actually looked at it.
You're not on camera.
That's all it is. 2 Thessalonians 2. We can grab that. You can grab it now, man. You grab Revelation 13. Because that's all it's coming down to. Esau looks at himself as God and he says, look, if God, the Most High, has all control, well, guess what? I want to be the Most High. That means I need all control. And the only way for him to do that in his head, right, really the Most High has given him this thought, is he's saying, look, I'm going to create this chip, and in this chip, I can control everybody. That's all it is. So now this chip and technology and AI, it becomes the new religion, right? That's what this is coming down to. Let's read 1st, 2nd Thessalonians, then we'll read Revelation.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, what the heading here is the man of lawlessness. All right?
Verse 3.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
And he's been revealed for a very long time. Right? We know that to be Esau, Edom, so-called white man. Go ahead.
Who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High.
Right, so now that we've identified this individual, now we're getting a description of this man, the way he thinks, the things that he's striving to do, right? He opposes against the Most High, right? Go ahead.
Or that is worship.
Right.
So that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High.
Right.
Showing himself that he is the Most High.
Yeah, he sits in the temple of the Most High, meaning what? He wants the Israelites to worship him. And he has full control. I mean, to a sense, sure, he does right now. But because that's the case, he sees himself as the Most High. Right? Showing himself that he is the Most High. So now he has this chip technology that he can push out and put in everybody's hand. Then he says, look, you can't buy, you can't sell without it, you can't work a job, you can't get no money, you can't be a functioning individual in society without this chip. But then at the same time, it's really for control. Now this chip, this technology becomes the new religion. That's what's about to happen. That's what basically we just read on ChatGPT at the very end of that list. That's what this is coming down to. You see, y'all bringing this information out. A lot of y'all talking about this chip. Y'all not really getting down to the nitty gritty. What's the end all be all? What is Esau really trying to do? It goes deeper than just buying and selling. You see, that's the vision that John saw. And that's why you got to be a proper watchman, because now you lining things up and you see, all right, this man is all about control. This man wants to know how old you are, what your interests are, what do you like to eat, what's your favorite goddamn color? You know, how many times do you go to the grocery store? What grocery store? How much are you spending? He wants to know about your medical records. Everything is going to be in that tip. And guess what? If it's technology, somewhere it's on a database, and Esau can trigger it. You saw about the
These centers being built.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all see earlier this week there was a magician, he had the chip, and he was on stage, and the chip had something to do with his act, but he forgot the goddamn password. Now that bitch is stuck in his hand.
Wow.
You see that? It's there. It's done. You know what I'm saying? There's so much we just don't know about it, and people are like, "Oh, well, it's cool. I can do magic tricks." Dumbass.
Right.
Now it's just in there. Bet you in a few weeks you're gonna have some kind of illness. The scriptures talk about that too. Read that in Revelation for me. 16 is good.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond.
Yeah, a key word. Of course, we always bring it out. It said he causes, right? He calls it or he makes, right? And that's why we always hear that word of saying mandatory. There will be a certain point where this chip is damn near made mandatory. Because if you don't take it, remember, Esau has this process that he likes to do called order out of chaos. Going all the way back to the Romans, even the Greeks. But really the Romans, you create a problem, that's your chaos, and then you do that because there's a specific outcome that you want to happen. And that's your solution. And that's how this man works. He brings the problem, and then now he has a reaction from the people, and then he says, wait. Here you go. This is what we're going to do. So now in the midst of what the Bible calls Jacob's trouble, where there's nothing but anarchy, you have rioting, you have looting, you have famine, you have people going in and out of houses. Yes, the Bible prophesies of that time. Now Esau says, wait. We got something for you. You take this chip, you'll be able to feed your family. You'll be able to get back on the grid. You'll be able to get a job. We might as well just throw some, 2,000 Bitcoin on there for you as well. Something. You want some Ripple? Sure, we got that for you too. That's how he's going to cause all. It doesn't matter what your status is. Everybody, right? These different people thinking, I'll never take it. Why? They can be the first ones lining up for it.
Yeah, especially the crypto heads.
Yeah.
Everybody that's heavy into crypto, all your money is already online, All you have to do is something to happen and money is obsolete. Or the cash, what they call cash, is not going to be tangible no more. You're not going to need it. Businesses won't accept it. The businesses won't be able to run if they don't have these systems in place.
Yeah.
So that you're going to have some place, unless you live in a small town, of course, you won't get things. But and then again, everybody in the small towns, they'll order some of their stuff on Amazon if they're not already growing or furnishing the stuff themselves. So a barter system's only going to go so far. But again, those people in the small towns, the Lord has scriptures for you. Everybody from the cities are going to find you. Iowa, Montana, the Midwest. You see they're all like Walking Dead and all this stuff. Everybody tries to go west, or find Georgia because there's a lot of land. The Lord's going to blitz that land for real. The IUIC is trying to go to. Trying to set up a Black Wall Street again. They're going to be selling on the Passaic. They're going to have vendors, a mile of vendors, like it's a festival. IUIC fest.
Right. On the Passover.
Bro, these things, and if the world's going the way it's going and they keep believing what they're going to believe, the whole congregation's going to get the chip. Still reading this scripture. But it's not going to get that for them. The Lord's going to stop. You know? It talks about an intervention happening when you read in the next chapter. You could read that again, that 16 again for the brother.
This is Revelation 13 and 16. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Yeah, the name of the beast, number of his name, all goes into this man's image, what he represents. And more than likely, if you're down for this man's system, you're going to be willing to accept and take that chip. You're going to look at it like, oh, okay, what's the problem? I don't see the problem. We need America to function again, and I want to be a part of it. Boom, there it is right there. Just that simple. You know, like the elder said, Esau does his stress test every now and then. Okay, how did things go? What do we need to tweak? You know, what worked well, what didn't? And then boom, now he comes out with the real thing.
I was going to say, he even weaponizes food. He's even weaponizing the food to the point that he takes control of it. Now, here's how he's come after the farmers. He has something called Terminator seeds. So I had to pull that up. It says Terminator seed refers to a genetically engineered seed that produces an infertile next generation, designed to prevent farmers from saving and replanting seeds. So same people that can buy tomatoes, celery, and things like that, you'll take the seed from that and try to grow it yourself. Well, now you can't do that because he's trying to prevent that. So you have to rely on him to go and get the food.
Dog, and just to show you how simple people really are, yo, they, you know, earlier this year, I think the FDA came out and they're like, oh, red dye is linked to cancer and all this other illnesses and crap. Everybody's like, oh yeah, red dye. So now, what was it? Cheetos and Doritos, they came out like a week or two ago and they're like, no more red dye. So they took the red dye out. Doritos rebranded their packaging. It's white now, right? And everybody's on TikTok like, oh my God, it's so healthy. Everybody's saying that, right? A huge marketing tactic, and you got dumbasses going out there buying it like, they're eating the chip like it's good for them.
You remove one poison out of 30 that are in there.
Oh, we looked at it, it's still like niacin and all this other crap you can't even pronounce, and everybody thinks it's healthy. And that people are so simple. That's why Apostle Tahar said it. He's like, it's going to be like 90 to 95% of the world lining up to take that chip. They're going to be easily deceived. Like, oh, you know what? There's nothing else for me to rely on, right? Yeah. And that's why Revelation.
Well, it's going to be forced, you know?
Yeah.
It's going to be forced. People are going to be forced into line. Some of us going to be forced into line. You got to deny it, though. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to work a marvelous work on our behalf. That's why we got to hope in miracles.
Yeah.
You know, hope for the Spirit to go in a way where we make sure we say no. You know what I'm saying? If we be in them situations.
We were just right before you popped up. We were just talking about the same thing. You gotta learn to say no.
And they're gonna. That's the Spirit. Crazy. This morning, when I was doing my meditation and stuff, I was saying I need to do a video on learn to deny yourself. You know, learn discipline, but learn to deny whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just learn to deny yourself. That's when I came out of my breathing and what I was doing, that's what I was thinking. You just got to learn to deny whatever, because the time is short, man. The time is so short. The more you deny yourself, the better you feel too. You know?
Oh yeah.
Much better you feel. Oh, yeah. But that's the main denial is like in Daniel, you know? You're going to tell the king, hell no, man. Our Lord, he's going to prosper us. We already know what your end is going to be. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, that's the spirit of the Elder Monagon. This is what Yahweh Shai said. This is Matthew 16 and 24. Then said Yahweh Shai unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Wow. Yeah, see, as it relates to the chip, though, deny yourself is going to come down to you saying, look, I know I'm not saying no on my own accord. I know it's not my own resolve. The Lord is the one giving me the resolve. He's the one strengthening my mind in order to say no. right? That's why I remember a while ago when we first started doing the words of the week, one of my words was resolve. Because we're going to need that. You're going to need that resolve, the confidence in yourself to say, I'm not doing it, man. Fuck you.
Yeah, because you know, when you deny yourself, specifically for the chip, you may possibly be also denying your lady, your old lady, your children, your family members, whatever physical stuff that you are emotionally attached to, that's going to be denied. Because remember, if you're entangled with these things and it comes down to it, I'm talking about you're hungry, you're on your last leg, you still got to have that thought. That file has to shoot to the front of your head, man. No, stop. You know? And our resolve is what? We're going to get them back in the kingdom. Yeah, the disciples, the mother wanted to know. So he told them in different every chapter, there's the same account. You're going to get it back. Right. You know what I'm saying? Plus, when you think about, when you have to put yourself in the mindset, first of all, you don't love your mother or your woman or your children the way you can in righteousness anyways. Mm-hmm. So you might as well say, fuck it, and let's just go. Right. Do what you got to do to me. Because if they take it, who cares? They're going to come back anyways. Right. I know what their resolve is, even though they don't know what their resolve is. You know what I'm saying? That is you got to cope with the scriptures. What did Yahweh Shai also say? You're not just going to leave us comfortless like the scripture says. Right. You know?
So the resolve comes in the form of prophecy.
That's
we understand and remember prophecy. Therefore, now we have the ability, even though we haven't eaten in 3 days, I can still say no.
Right.
I know what's coming. I know what the Lord has waiting for me.
And that was the second part. It's Matthew 16 and 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
Bro, I didn't eat in 3 days, man. I gotta take this, man. I don't know what to do. You weren't rooted in sound doctrine.
Right.
That's what it came down to, because sound doctrine is going to build up your results. That's what's going to happen. Naturally, once you keep singing this song over and over and over again, you know, when you sing a song for a long time, it can be years that have gone. It just happened to me. I was listening to a song yesterday that I haven't heard in like 5-6 years. I'm like, damn. But I knew the whole first verse. I'm like, man, it was just there somehow. When you get into the scriptures over and over and over again, it's just stuck. That seed is just rooted, and then all of a sudden, it just starts growing and planting, right?
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
You have no choice. It's just there. See, that's how concretely you want to be grounded in this thing. You want to really get into it to the point where now you're saying, look, nothing else can penetrate my mind the way this seed has just done so. Matter of fact, there's no more space. There's no more space up here for any other doctrine, right? Once that's the case, now you have the resolve, and the Lord begins to sup with you. That's what it says. Then this can take place. In Revelation chapter 3, go ahead, Ak.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10.
See, this is not going to happen just for anybody. It's not going to be just at the last day, you're like, Lord, I believe in you. And then he's like, all right, cool, I got you, my boy.
Yeah, that's Christianity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, last day you can just believe in God on your deathbed. You know, you're on a deathbed. You in the hospital, call on the Lord, bro. Call on Jesus. That's not how it works. Now you just go to heaven. Well, everybody does go to heaven. I just confuse a lot of people online.
It's crazy. I just seen an IUIC video where they on stage and saw all these men. I don't know if it was AI or not, but they were chanting, I am a son of God. I am a son of God. They were jumping up and down like it was a club. It was just all men. And I'm thinking to myself, you're jumping up and down saying you're the son of a God, but you deny to say the name of the God. So what profit is that? They jumping and cheering. I'm gonna send it to the chat.
That's crazy.
They scream, jumping and screaming it. I'm like, is the God of you deny? Refuse to say their name? That's ridiculous. So the Lord's gonna deny you.
That's right.
You know, He's gonna deny you of the faith to say no. He's gonna let you take that chip. He's gonna let you think the victuals shall be so good cheap. You know, because you know they don't never go into them scriptures. There's probably scriptures, prophetic scriptures we go into they've never heard of. Because they've probably been commanded, whether we know it or not, to not watch our videos, or they've been saying things. They're so emotional off of different doctrines, they're just looking past the prophecy. You're completely ignoring the warning signs. I said, give us an itemized list. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to ask yourself, how can this possibly be the mark of the beast? And it just makes all the sense. An embargo, Christianity, sleeping with white women? Absolutely not. Where's the Edomite that I'm supposed to pop when I'm ready to get my eggs? You know what I'm saying? Where's she at?
Right.
You know? Which, I'm not really into Edomite women like that, but it's a heathen women,
Right.
Yeah, the embargo. Where are these other countries at? With all the stuff coming in to stop me from getting food, or whatever the hell the belief is.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Rich, poor, free, and bond receive a mark. Christianity? Right, it's laughable. It makes no sense. Again, what about that coin, Nate? That's a good video title. Because one thing about Great Millstone, we got all them clips of the off-brand doctrines that y'all have not been that y'all been teaching. Yeah, not taking heed. Yeah, that ShopRite doctrine. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Yeah, started off with a key word, because. Because, meaning you've done something. Therefore, now I'm going to keep thee. When you read in the New Testament, the NLT, it says, I'll guard thee or keep thee. I mean, protect thee. That's what it's going into. I'm going to keep you. I'm going to guard you. I'm going to protect you from the hour of temptation. And the hour of temptation, it's going to come upon the entire world, like it says. So like the elders going into, the Lord is going to deny some people the ability to say no. You have to be given the ability and the resolve to actually say no. The Lord is going to put in people's minds to say yes. That's a scary thing, even coming out of my own mouth right now. People are going to be begging. Like, yeah, I need it. Why not? It's good. I got to get on the grid. But for us now, we want the Lord to give us the resolve to say no. But that means you got to put in the work right now. You got to show the Lord right now that you're committed to his ministry, that you're committed to doing his will. You got to repent right now. Ask for the mercy now, not in the day.
Right.
When you know you need it, what kind of faith is that? You know you need protection, so now you pray. Of course, you're going to pray for it. Now, how about right now, before these things come to pass? What's your mindset now? Go read that out.
NLT now.
You can read it now.
This is the NLT version of Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because you have obeyed my command to persevere, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying. It's not going to be of our own resolve. We're just so mighty and we have this strong will and it's not going to be like that. The scripture says it's going to be a time like never was nor shall be. So if the Most High has certain individuals that are ordained to receive salvation, don't you think he's going to work on those individuals' minds, right, in order to receive salvation? In order to be protected, I meant to say, from that hour? And it's an hour of testing. So y'all don't get it. You're not just walking into the kingdom of heaven just because you know the Lord's name. He even said that himself. Not everybody that says, Lord, Lord, you're going to just be in a chariot. No, that's not how it's going to be. You have to do the Lord's will first. That's what it's coming down to. Then he says, oh, okay, you're my son. I'm going to watch out for you. Yahweh Shai is up there in the heavens like, Most High, my Father, look out for this one right here. He's genuinely and sincerely doing my work. He's breaking down, my words, your words correctly. He's doing it in truth and sincerity. We need to make sure him and his family is good. Right? And remember, we're doing it also because, in a way, we do want that in a way. You want your woman, your children to make it. If they don't, that's a completely different topic. But at the end of the day, we're striving for those that also believe on us, like Yahweh Shai said as well. Did you finish that out?
Yeah, not every brother, not every sister is going to believe. We're talking about couples and shit,
Right.
That's why the Lord had to say the wife can save her unbelieving husband. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
The Lord's far out, man. Because sometimes I look at my woman like, you're straight, you be acting like that. Yo, this is too much, you know. But then I'm like, hey, I just gotta do what I gotta do. You know, we love our women and our family, but when they do that left hand shit, it's like, man, the Lord is really showing me what unbelieving means. He didn't say unbelieving wife and unbelieving husband. Then you got the apostles, bro. They made it make so much more sense. Timothy's parents, you know, his father had to be an Israelite because no devout, because he said she was a Jewess, no devout Israelite woman at that time would get with a heathen man. That'd be completely wrong. So he had to be an Israelite. But then they labeled him a Greek though. Who knows what he looked like or what he was doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
The NLT, this is Revelation chapter 3, verse 11.
Yeah, I was going to say too. What was her name? Eunice? Instead of calling Eunice devout, it would have called Eunice like an unbelieving one. It would have said something like that. It said devout for a reason. That was a hint for the elect. Go ahead,
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 11 in the NLT. I am coming soon. Hold on to what you have, so that no one will take away your crown.
How much more in these times?
Read that again, please.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 11 in the NLT. I am coming soon. Hold on to what you have, so that no one will take away your crown.
Yeah, I'm coming soon. Oh man, that just made me think. I don't know if I didn't watch it. My woman is all into it. But you know the whole Diddy, the Diddy documentary came out on Netflix. 50. Yeah, 50 did or published whatever.
50 did it?
Yeah.
This guy, man.
I know, right?
He just won't stop. Sheesh.
My woman's
like
all
he's
into
guiltless,
it.
you know?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro. Salaki.
I
didn't even know he was doing something.
I was thinking
like
the same.
Wow.
That's why he got shot down.
Right.
Shit like that.
But yeah, what's it called? She was telling me just this morning, last night, how she watched one of the episodes and apparently this man Diddy, he had a music video with some song that never came out and the video never came out. He put himself on the cross because he said, he looked at himself as the son of God. He's like, the son of God has to be me. So he made a music video and he put himself on the cross and it was done. Like the whole music, everything was completed. They was about to put it out there and some pastor saw it and came to him and was like, no, you can't do that. You're mocking, Christians and blah, blah, blah. So he never came out with it. But hello, in Diddy's mind though, he literally said, he's like, I'm the best thing since like the son of God is me. That's what he really thinks. So these people are out here and they really view themselves as God. They really think that they have the authority that the Most High gave his only begotten
well, you
son.
got the book of Jesus.
Exactly.
The book of Jesus came out. There's a whole AI Bible. You know what I'm saying? There's a satanic Bible. There's a Bible like ours, but it got Lilith in it and shit.
Crazy. So
they're all into that shit, you know? Well, I guess they wouldn't let Diddy do it, but fucking Kanye, they let him run loose with that shit.
Right.
You know?
They liked him.
Was traveling, marching and shit.
And he came out supposedly all righteous with Jesus walks. His hit song early on. Now look at the clown. You know what I'm saying? But, so I thought about that because of how this scripture opened up. Are we supposed to be looking to these niggas for salvation now? Looking to Kanye, looking to fucking Diddy, nigga locked up in jail and shit on some crazy work. Now you guys are the coming of so-called Jesus. These guys are crazy. That's exactly why I said many people are going to be coming in that day saying that they are the anointed. There's so many people saying that. It's not just your pastors out here. You got rappers out here saying, read that again, Bubba Kushab.
Revelation chapter 3, verse 11 in the NLT. I am coming soon. Hold on to what you have.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai is coming soon. That's who's coming soon. Not all these random names that are being popped up and, I don't even know. You had dudes years ago talking about you can call the Most High, whatever you want to call it. Yo, play yogurt and stuff. How are you playing with the Most High's name? Nah, the only reason why we even have this knowledge is because he was merciful enough to give us his only begotten son. Now you playing with his name like he's a joke. No. These things just can't be the case. A lot of y'all need to put the scriptures down. You're not meant to be teachers. And then what's crazy is people are following y'all. You got people following y'all wayward doctrine. And then y'all remixing it, switching things up. Nah, we're looking for Yahweh Shah to return. You wanted to grab the pre.
Yeah, guys, just to back you up real quick.
This is Psalm 45, verse 17. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations.
Yeah.
Therefore shall the people praise thee forever and ever.
Well, we don't really have the Hebrew, so
Right.
I don't know about that verse.
Right, so I backed up scholarly and factually archaeology, the archaeology, we didn't see it in any of the excavations, so you destroyed it. You know what I'm saying? You destroyed us. Read that again real quick.
Psalm 45, verse 17. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations.
Yeah.
Therefore shall the people praise thee forever.
That says, there shall the people praise thee forevermore. The only reason why we out here and we giving glory is because of the names. Right. That's the focal point. It's at the very top of this. First, you want to hear what the names are. Then you find out about Deuteronomy 28:16. It's like, nah, hold on. What are you saying first? I know what the Bible says verbatim, but what are you saying? That's what my question was. What are y'all saying so quickly? Slow it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Slow, because that's how it's been caused. It's in Malachi, I think. It said a book of remembrance was written. And then in Maccabees, it says those that are desirous to commit to memory. That's why when you were speaking on earlier, eventually, when all hell breaks loose, if you haven't read or studied, these things aren't going to pop up into your head.
No.
What should I do? How should I move? The Lord might give you an exact scenario that Yahushua is in, just to see if you do the same thing. Because again, there's little things that happen that aren't written in the scriptures. We just got to be all the way straight, right? In those instances, you're going to have to use proper discernment. That's why the Lord, Solomon prayed for proper discernment. Like the whole thing was splitting the child in half. Where's the law on how to judge that matter? There is no law. Yeah.
If you're not spiritual, you're like, man, you wicked for doing that, bro.
Right.
You just gonna really chop the kid?
Esau might say, okay, here's the chip is gonna be inside of this liquid. We put nanotechnology in it. All you gotta do is drink it.
Sheesh.
Hell fucking no. Even because listen, technically it's not cutting into you, right? So it's like, okay, I'll just drink the liquid. No. You gotta use discernment. Alright? He said he's gonna come with the sword. Esau's sword can come in many ways. Oh, this is just high fructose corn syrup, or this is what it's gonna do for you. Absolutely not, man. We don't accept nothing from this devil. He's the same one that took reads 45 and 17 again. He took our book. This was left to us throughout all the generations. Alright?
This is Psalm 45, verse 17. I will make thy name to be remembered in all generations.
Right.
Therefore shall the people praise thee forever and ever.
Yeah, the way that we praise him is through those names, Yahweh and Yahushua. Go ahead. Oh yeah, that's good. That's the end of the chapter.
Yeah, so I mean, what are we, not a generation or something?
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Not the generation of our forefathers?
We're at least, there are still, I know my grandmother, she was born in like 1920 something. But my grandfather, who passed away back in like 2015,
you're good.
He was born in 1911. You know what I'm saying? So this generation this is still the same. That's 100 years ago. This is the same generation. So we're still there. And some of us still have great-grands that are born in the late 1800s that are still alive. So you can't say, oh, it's a different generation. No, we still here. D. Rockefeller just took over all the oil. We're just north of that. You know what I'm saying? It's not far away. We was just getting hung. Oh, they just found an Israelite hanging. What state was it? They found a so-called African American hanging from a tree just this past week. And now, of course, they're going to say he did it himself with a note that he left. I was so depressed, the white supremacy. No. Like the Israelite man, there was an Israelite who was hanging, a tribal, he was Levi, hanging from a tree in Central Park in New York, Go ahead. Which I actually knew that guy. You know what I'm saying? I actually knew him. Go ahead.
You can read that one.
And he didn't do it himself. He's Edomites, man. You know? It's just sacrifices. Whether it's a low level, just somebody randomly with a hatred, or at the highest level. Esau looks at that as that all counts. Throw it on the altar. You know, bring the chip. Go ahead, bro. What you got?
I was gonna say that the student that was hanging was in Mississippi.
Yeah, and ain't that funny? Mississippi.
He was 21 years old. His name was Trey Reed.
They need to hang Brett Favre. Whatever happened to the fucking fraud with Brett Favre and the welfare? Wasn't that Mississippi? They just swept that shit under the rug.
Yeah.
They need to hang Favre with all his interceptions. You know? Go ahead, huh?
God, this is a Psalm 71 and 2. Deliver me in thy righteousness, and cause me to escape.
Man.
Incline thine ear unto me and save me.
Oh, there's two causes. So Esau's going to cause people to take that chip.
Yeah.
The Lord is going to cause people to escape, though.
Right, bro.
To receive salvation, you see, and that's exactly why we're saying it. You know, it's so funny. We bring out certain concepts in the scriptures, like how there's no such thing as free will. And well, show me a verse on that, bro. There's something called predestination. If there's something called predestination, that means the Lord is guiding our steps. Don't you think that means that free will doesn't really exist? So yeah, certain people have been ordained to receive salvation. And he's going to cause those individuals to escape. Did he cause Noah to escape? Did he cause all 8 souls to escape the wrath at that time? And that was known as the elect of that time, right? Of course. So now you're going to have certain individuals that the Lord is going to watch over too. You see it's out here because we're just fighting to be a part of that country. That's all it is. And remember, you do have to know the name, right? You got certain groups saying that you're not going to get the name until the kingdom is already here. Well, how are you going to receive salvation then? If you got to know the name in order to receive salvation, who are you calling on? What God is going to come and crack the skies and deliver you? You just saying God in general, just hoping for somebody to return. Like, what sense does that make? Like if I'm calling the brother but I don't know his name, I just yo. How do I get his attention? He's not going to ever turn around. Y'all just saying God this and God that without having no sense of a specific deity in mind. Yeah, the Most High is not hearing it. His son is not hearing it either.
Mark, can you get that in Daniel, the 3rd chapter, where they denied Nebuchadnezzar?
Let's see, Psalm 22 and 22. Right.
Oh, yeah, you want to get that? Yeah.
Read now.
Unless you got that in Daniel.
Take your time, bro.
This is Psalm 22 and 22. I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation will I praise thee.
Yeah, because we.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Now that's that pre right there, and that's where we are right now.
I read it. I get it the second time around.
Right. Yeah. So now you can look at this as being in the midst of the congregation. We have the YouTube channels up. We're letting our people know exactly what the name of the Lord is. Why? Because we're that generation still where the name has been preserved. Read it again for the elder. Yeah, exactly.
Psalms 22 and 22. I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation will I praise thee.
Are we reading, sister? All right. Go ahead, read it again.
This is Psalms 22, verse 22. I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the congregation will I praise thee.
Yeah, that's the best optimal place to do it. In the midst of the congregation. Oh, it's a lot of brothers. Who knows the name? Who don't know it? Hey, this is the name. When you go home, pray to this. It's going to save your life.
Yeah, this is what it means.
This is what you've been looking for. You know? You've been looking for a way out. This is it. But apply what comes with the name, you know? Don't just start saying it and then stop believing. Just using it in your dying moments. No, it's daily. We need salvation daily. You know, there are forces working against us that we don't even see. Seen and unseen. So we need to be delivered from all types of situations, you know? Yeah. A plane could just come and crash out of nowhere.
Right.
You know, the Lord could just give you freaking organ failure out of nowhere, you know, or you choke or get food poisoning, all types of crazy shit can happen, you know? All right? Go ahead.
Read it again.
Just the last part of it.
It says, in the midst of the congregation will I praise thee.
Right, in the midst of the congregation will I praise thee, not ourselves. It's not about us. You know? What is the video's title? Gms Dc Church, Gms Dc. It ain't no Master Chief Priest Yaga Alya lights Georgia Ave on fire, you know?
Right.
No, you know? That's not how we get down. You know, we used to chop up the videos and make titles, but again, the 6 hours, the time it put into that, the Lord drew that back because He don't give a damn about the majority of Israel anymore.
Right.
He's prepping the world for the famine of the word, because a lot of people don't even know about that part of the prophecy. Because it's kind of pretty much going to coincide with the chip. A lot of prophecies are all going to speed up, and it's going to boom the chip.
Yeah.
You know, and bang, 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 bang. Cannibalism, scarcity of resources, earthquakes. Shoot, California might not even be connected to the U.S. Who knows? What the tectonic plates could shift anywhere on Earth at any point in time. The Lord could just open up America. You know what I'm saying? From fire within. Because remember how the Lord, He destroyed the earth. It said the waters came up also out of the earth. It didn't just come out from the heavens, because the water came from the outer atmosphere into the earth. And then it also came up out of the earth. That nuclear destruction is going to completely wipe out America, man. But look how if America and the earth is going to rock to and fro, what is the rest of the earth going to look like? You know what I'm saying? How are the other people going to feel on earth? One earthquake, people are wobbling. The whole entire earth?
Yeah.
Yo, some people might get launched 450 feet in the air. You know what I'm saying? Some people might fall 4 or 5 miles into the earth. You know what I'm saying? According to Nate, that's hell. That's where hell is. You're gonna fall down there with people who don't keep the commandments. That don't make no sense, right?
God.
Yo, watching them is like watching in living color, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like it's comedy at this point. They're all everything they teach. They look like clowns. They got the microphone and all that stuff, commercializing the truth. And what it's gonna boil down to? A lot of it's gonna boil down to you weren't rooted in that Rock Yahweh, you know, applying what He said to do through the Spirit. You know, and they gonna take a lot of them are gonna take that chip, bro. They're gonna tell their congregations to take that chip. We telling you. What's that? Psalm 71. Okay. Yeah. When the beast goes to cause of all to put a mark inside of you, you gotta cause yourself to pray to the Lord. Can you give me the Lashwan Kodash of Psalm 71 and 2 to remember? Or something quick. You know, like cause me to escape. Any brother remember how to say it? Yeah, there it is. Brother said it on 2x. Slow it down, brother.
Say it again.
Yeah, Hatha Palatnia, you know. Thou caused me to escape, you know. Yeah, it's called tomorrow, bro. I'm like that in my videos. I start off slow, and then before you know it, you're talking fast as shit, wrapping the video up. You know, the spirit, you get excited, you know.
Yep.
You get super excited because, hey, these scriptures, I'm excited to get to that point where, like, Esau's like, hey, I'm going to shoot you in the head, or you're going to take this chip. So I can quickly say, okay, bet. I got my Hebrew ready. I got my last breath ready. You know, I've already forgot about everything in the world: house, wife, kids, dog, family, jerk chicken, cars, the air, women. I forgot about all that shit. I'm ready. You know, give me the final blow or blows. Whatever you got playing, do what you got to do. Oh, you got Daniel? We can start Daniel.
This is Daniel chapter 3,
You
verse
get
8.
some context, you know.
Wherefore at that time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever.
Yeah, everybody's going to have their own Nebuchadnezzar. Whosoever is in authority over your life at that point, you know. If you reach that point. Some of us might get translated like Enoch. The Lord says He's going to perform a lot of miracles. What if He predestinates for half of the 144,000 to just get translated? You know? Or a lot of the remnant, 1/3 to just get translated. Look, I'm hoping for good, brother. I always get that example. If they put my arm down and I'm strapped down and have no choice but to stick that thing in my arm, Lord, just turn my arm into jacks like Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? and just let the needle break over and over and over again till I starve to death. I don't give a fuck. Don't let me take that shit. You know what I'm saying? No matter, turn my eye, it would stick it in his eye. Nah, turn that shit into steel. You know? Or God, turn me into one of the 7. Give me the faith of the 7 children who got tortured. You know? That's what we relying on. That's what we're going to tell our Nebuchadnezzar, you know? Give us the faith of the holy children. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 10. Thou, O king, hast made a decree
Yeah.
that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer.
Yeah, whatever you like. These are all, everybody likes the different instruments. Everyone dances to a different tune. So when he calls us all, he's going to have everything. Whatever you like is going to be on the table. Take what you need. You know? Yep. Go ahead.
And all kinds of music shall fall down and worship.
It reminds me of that movie. They did a second one. I didn't watch it. Everybody's in a cell, and a table comes down with food. You know? And if you make it to the first, you know what I'm talking about? Basically, the higher up you are, the cleaner the food is. If you're in a cell like 99, you got scraps left. There might be piss on the table. That's how Esau's going to present it. He's going to have you in a cell, and he's going to have the table out.
Hunger Games.
No, not Hunger Games. It's a different one. It's a good-ass movie.
I know what you're talking about.
What, you found it? Oh, okay. I know you've seen it, bro. It's everybody's locked in a cell. 2 people to a cell. And there's floors. And whoever's on the top floor, you get all the delicacies. Hasn't been touched.
I got it.
What is it?
Platform.
Yes, The Platform. Everybody watch that movie if you can this week. The Platform. They did a second one. But hey, if you're gonna have everything you want. By the time it gets to whatever floor, you're gonna be dying to eat. Hey, this turkey bone was already bit on and spit on. I don't care. Put the chip in me. I want to eat that shit. That's how people gonna be. Look at the woman in Kings. She was ready to eat donkey dung, right? Donkey poop, and her own children. It got so bad.
Finessing too. It was finessing. She
Yeah.
said, we'll cook mine tomorrow.
Oh yeah, she hit the yaquab. But that's how a lot of our people are gonna. Our people that are like that woman, they're gonna get other Israelites compromised. That's why we're saying these groups. You guys are through, man. Your congregations, y'all not gonna know what to do when they start doing this stuff. You just gonna say, nah, I'm hungry. I got families, because you've been teaching and trimming your doctrine to make it seem all lovey-dovey for the women, for the children. Nah, come straight with it. You know, if your child comes of a certain age, break that down to them. This is what you need to expect. So that way they're not looking at you like, why didn't you tell me? That's some bullshit, man. That's why the scripture says you subvert whole houses.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth, that he should be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Yeah, so Esau starts putting that tune out and that food out, whatever you like, and you don't go over and eat or take part, he's got a judgment for you. He's going to show you. Esau's famous for taking somebody, doing something to them, mutilating them or whatever, and sending it back. I never forget that book. The Taínos, they it was Christopher Columbus. He split the Ephraimite's hand in half, put a letter in it, tied it, sent it back, and said, look, this is basically an example. This is what you get if you do wrong. You know? So that's what he got his playbook from who? Babylon. Go ahead.
Verse 12. There are certain Israelites whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Right, it said they have power over a certain... Read that part again.
Verse 12, Daniel chapter 3, verse 12. There are certain Israelites whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon.
Uh-huh.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Right, men who had authority over in Babylon. Right? So he wanted to make an example out of them, so all the other Israelites would fall into place, which puts things into perspective, right? A lot of believers probably said, no, we're going to follow them because of course, we know how the story plays out. Miraculous thing happened. So the king had to say nothing but, hey, we got to worship this guy. You know what I'm saying? They already over my provinces. It's going to mess up the economy, people's faith. Remember, we're dealing with modern day Chaldeans. They're dealing in secrecy. So he's trying to make examples. Go ahead.
These men, O king, have not regarded thee.
Yeah.
They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Yep.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, in his rage and fury, commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Right. Again, how do we apply this today? Remember, we're all about prophecies. These other groups, they don't want to go into this stuff. This isn't just denying your lust to do this and do that. No. What is it for the ultimate prophecy? How do you apply it to the very end? You know? Because it's easy to figure out how to deny yourself on a daily basis. But again, what about when you haven't eaten? When you just escaped a pack of wolves or something like that? We're talking about for you as other guys, you know? Yeah. Who claim to believe you're Israelites. I'm praying not to be in a situation where I got to run away from wolves and yeah, you know what I'm saying? You might see cannibalism, but you don't have to be upfront with it like forcibly type shit. You know? Y'all are going to be like that. That's scary, man. Yeah, go ahead,
Then they brought these men before the king. Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now, if ye be ready, at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet.
What verse you at?
This is 15.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not.
Right, which a lot of them are worshiping it now through AI, you know, and technology. Everybody's pretty much on board, and everything's being centralized. So this man is going to move quick to make it biometric. You know, go ahead.
Yeah, and he said, if you do these things, you know, good, well.
Right.
He said, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace.
Yeah, Revelation 14 and 9. Go ahead.
And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hand? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king.
That's what I want right here. This is what our answer's got to be.
O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter.
Meaning we're going to call it straight.
If it be so, our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace.
Yep.
And he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king.
Yeah, Psalm 71. Man, all the other psalms that talk about escaping and being delivered. Go ahead.
Verse 18. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy God, right, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury,
yeah,
and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Right, because before he was for them. Remember, they were ruling over his provinces. He's like, damn, y'all betraying me like this? Go ahead.
Therefore he spake, and commanded that they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was wont to be heated. And he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and to cast them into the fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen, and their hats, and their other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
Yeah, I'm letting him read this because I want you brothers to drop in and think about that time. You know? Because this is comforting. When we say our ancestors, these are our ancestors. Some of you brothers might come from the direct line of some of these men. You know? Or the clan. You know what I'm saying? Be a part of the same clan. Go ahead.
Verse 22. Therefore, because the king's commandment...
Or in the Hebrew, Shabbat, which means tribe.
Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, and with that arm turns to steel, I'm going to break the hell out. Then I know, all right, it's time to break out this motherfucker, yo. And do what I need to do with this spiritual power that's been bestowed upon me. You know, finally. Hey, because that was my favorite player. You know? Go ahead.
Right. Verse 23. And these 3 men, Shadrach...
Jax is for, Jacob, you know. Right.
Verse 23. And these 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Yeah. And they walked in the midst of the fire, praising the Most High.
Yeah.
And blessing the Lord. Mm-hmm. Then Azariah stood up and prayed on this manner, and opening his mouth in the midst of the fire,
and
said...
That's good. Then he's going to go into the prayer. All right? And you brothers, your job is to go read that prayer. But I want to stop there because that's what we're about to do. In the midst of the fiery furnace and the one coming, that's what we do. You know, and that's what we have to do. But remember, we got to apply our actions and back up our words, and the Lord's going to come get us, all right? So with that, we're going to Panya Hakodam, give all praises to our power. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. That's the most high name of the Son and the name of the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and double honors to our elders and apostles, the great millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect, household of faith. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Hey, come. Hey, the water. That's all I need, bro. The water.